General Hospital spoilers. Which ex should Michael reunite with? Fresh start with Willow or Sasha? General Hospital spoilers for the next 2 weeks, May 12 to May 23, reveal that Drew Cain will make a big discovery, while Lulu Spencer scores Giovanni Gio Palmieri proof. The nurses' ball will also get wild, so let's talk about all the highs and lows. During the week of May 12 to 16, Emma Scorpio Drake's corrupted thumb drive will spell disaster for her chances of scoring Professor Henry Hank Dalton's research assistant gig. Jocelyn Jacks, on the other hand, may be well on her way to carving out a spot as Professor Dalton's new favorite when she passes off Emma's copied work as her own. Sonny Corinthos' choice to surrender to the deal Jen Sidwell wants will make some serious waves with Jason Morgan, and perhaps Carly Spencer, too, since she'll strategize with her BFS soon enough. Carly will also rip into Lulu for her fixation on Brooklyn Quartermain's adoption, since it'll be obvious that Lulu's about to blow up multiple lives. While Carly tries to shut Lulu down, Drew will discover some new intel. Drew already knows Portia Robinson had a hand in his drugging ordeal, but could he get some clues about Nina Reeves' involvement too? Could Drew's big discovery involve someone or something else instead? Whatever the case, Nina will rely on Carly for a favor and hope she'll continue to cover up her part in the Jacinda scheme. Portia's strange behavior regarding Drew will raise some red flags for Curtis Ashford, so he'll put his wife through a grilling session and open up to Jordan Ashford in the aftermath. Next, Willow will deal with a situation that leaves her crushed. Could this tie in with the truth about Michael Corinthos and who sabotaged Willow's clinic visit in Baden-Baden? It was Drew who bribed an employee to turn Willow away and make her think Michael rejected any attempt to talk. Jason may connect with Michael and help put the puzzle pieces together, so we'll see if Willow faces an awful realization about Drew's actions. Back with Sonny, he'll meet with Gio and serve as a confidant. Gio's self-esteem took a major hit after Dan Falconeri said such horrible things about him, but Sonny will offer a pep talk. Sonny will eventually reach out to Willow for a chat as well, so he'll be a busy man despite the fact that he needs to be taking it easy following his surgery. Although Alexis Davis will try to gain an advantage and potentially strike a new deal with Rick Lansing, she may fail miserably. Ava Jerome will do everything she can to keep running the show when it comes to Alexis and her tight blackmail spot. Back with Lulu, her search for information could lead her to the confirmation she's been seeking. Lulu seems to be on the verge of scoring evidence that Gio is indeed Brooklyn and Dante's biological son. During the week of May 19 to 23, Lulu may have to decide what she'll do with that info. GH fans could see a big reveal for Dante and Brooklyn soon, especially since the Nurses' Ball is set to kick off May 20. The red carpet will bring some glamorous looks and exciting interviews, but there may also be some confusion about who's dating. We know Cody Bell and Molly Lansing Davis will be confused for a couple soon, so that could happen during the pre-Nurses' Ball fun. Kai Taylor was supposed to perform along with Trina Robinson, but will he still be able to? Although Kai thankfully wasn't paralyzed following his risky procedure, he seems to be in more pain than he's letting on. Kai's recovery may be slow and leave him feeling worse than he was before he had the surgery, so some regrets could creep in. Trina will grow worried about Kai as the storyline moves along, so stay tuned for updates on any medical news and predictions about Kai's condition. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. General Hospital spoilers hint that a Michael Corinthos recast is in the works, so we should start thinking about his romantic future. Once Michael recovers and makes his way back to Port Charles, he'll have some big decisions to make. Of course, it's possible Michael could get a brand new love interest, but it makes more sense to put him back with one of his former flames. It'll be easier for viewers to accept a new actor in the role of Michael if he's paired up with someone familiar. With that in mind, it seems likely Michael will reunite with either Willow Corinthos or Sasha Gilmore Corbin. The question is, which one should Michael choose? Willow burned her whole marriage and family to the ground when she surrendered to her feelings for Drew Cain. Some might say Willow doesn't deserve another chance after all the damage she's done. However, Drew really pulled the wool over Willow's eyes and made her believe he was her hero. When Willow learns the extent of all the secrets Drew's kept, the lies he's told, and the awful moves he's made, you can bet she's in for a rude awakening. There'll inevitably come a point when Willow will realize she ruined her entire life for someone who only pretended to be a decent man. Michael has made mistakes, but he truly adored Willow and stood by her through some difficult circumstances. Carly Spencer believes Michael still loves Willow and isn't happy about that, but she knows her son awfully well. It could be an indicator that once everything blows up and Willow regrets the road that led them here, Michael will reunite with her. Then again, there's one crucial piece of information that Willow doesn't know yet, and it could be a game changer. Michael went to bed with Sasha and got her pregnant, so that's obviously going to be a factor in what's ahead. Willow may struggle over Michael's betrayal, especially if he ends up claiming his child and wanting to co-parent with Sasha. It could leave Willow feeling threatened and jealous of Michael's other family that's forming. Michael might ultimately decide there's just too much destruction associated with his marriage to Willow. Perhaps Michael will choose to embrace a new chapter with Sasha and their baby, while still co-parenting Wiley Corinthos and Amelia Corinthos with Willow. That is, if he can get Sasha on board with a reunion. It's going to be a mess any way you slice it, but that's exactly why Michael is needed back on Canvas ASAP. Once Michael returns in recast form, GH writers can set the stage for him to reunite with either Willow or Sasha, depending on how it all plays out. Michael will have to make some predictions about his love life and where it'll go from here, so stay tuned for updates on any romantic news to come. Today, we send out some healing thoughts to General Hospital's Laura Wright. The actress is currently recovering from a knee injury that happened while doing one of her favorite things, playing pickleball. The ABC soap vet shared details of the mishap with Soap Opera Digest and how she was forced to take a step back and relax. Though she often plays the sport with her longtime boyfriend Wes Ramsey, this time the incident happened during a singles match. "I went to run up, and I did some weird movement with a backhand," Wright stated, then went on to explain. "But I crossed my leg over, and my knee popped out of joint and back in. It didn't stay out, it just popped out and back in real quick." While no swelling appeared, as one can imagine, it left the actress sore. Wright experiences issues with any side-to-side motion and has been wearing a brace while she heals. And the good news is, she isn't in any pain at all now. In fact, after the injury, she spent 4 days walking all over the grounds at the Indian Wells tennis tournament. But then things took a turn when the actress returned to work and shot scenes in Carly's kitchen with Morris Bernard Sonny. She went to get up and her knee popped out again. "Literally, it was some side motion with how I turned my foot and went to step up," she recalled. "I went down and I was like, oh my God, it hurt so bad." From there, she finished out the scenes seated on a stool. And the next day, with the exact same motion, it happened again. So, if you wanted to know why for a few episodes, I was sitting on a stool talking to everybody in Carly's kitchen, that's why. The good news is it's been smooth sailing ever since, but Wright remains super mindful of the issue and what could result from the wrong movement. We hope she continues to recover nicely, and don't worry fans, you'll still get to see the actress playing pickleball, except now she will be wearing a brace and playing doubles only. General Hospital spoilers indicate that Drew Cain wants to continue to blackmail Dr. Portia Robinson rather than bring her down for her role in drugging him with ketamine. This could be because Drew has other sinister plans in store in which he will most likely rope Portia into. This could include the framing of his aunt, Tracy Quartermaine, as Drew plans to implicate her as the person who drugged him. Drew is still holding what he knows about Heather Weber's test results over Portia's hand, so he still needs Portia to do his bidding. Drew definitely despises his aunt and does not trust her. Tracy recently promised Drew that he could get the Quartermaine name back if the referendum vote regarding the peers goes through in their plan to take down Sonny Corinthos. Drew would need leverage to hold over Tracy to get what he wants, but he may just want to bring her down for good. Drew would tell Portia that she needs her to say that Brad Cooper was paid off by Tracy, and that Tracy was the one who hired Jacinda to drug him. Brad supplied her with the ketamine. Portia would be shocked, of course, but have no choice but to go along with Drew's plan. Drew holds a press conference and requests that Portia be there. Drew would tell the press that he has discovered the truth that his Aunt Tracy was the one who set him up and had the escort drug him with ketamine, and that she was assisted by Brad Cooper. Since Brad is long gone, as Drew paid him off, Drew could make it look like Tracy was the one who paid him off. Drew could fabricate evidence, and Tracy would be shocked when Max Scorpio takes her down to the PCPD for questioning. After intense questioning from Mac, along with the evidence that Drew fabricated, Tracy would be formally charged with Drew's drugging and arrested for the crime. Drew would be pleased that everything that he wanted is coming to pass. Meanwhile, Portia would feel a tremendous amount of guilt and not be able to confess the truth to save Tracy, as her medical license and freedom are on the line. What do you think? Do you think that Drew will frame Tracy for his drugging? Will Portia be forced to help Drew? Will Tracy be charged and arrested? Keep watching General Hospital, weekdays on ABC, to find out what happens next. General Hospital spoilers say that our favorite blonde in this fictional town of Port Charles might be headed for a major breakdown. Of course, we are talking about Nina Reeves. It seems like everything that she's been doing to try and get Willow to walk away from Drew just hasn't been working to her advantage. Not only that, but a lot of people think it's only a matter of time before Nina's secrets will all be brought to light. She's also defending Willow to people like Carly and Tracy, who Nina secretly agrees with. It's really a lose-lose situation. As our loyal readers can imagine, the internet certainly did have a lot to say about the matter. Some have even commented with, "I think she will be so desperate to save Willow from Drew that she'll tell Willow she slept with Drew." The problem is, I'm not sure Willow will believe her. The only way Willow will receive it is if she hears it from Drew. Another fan wrote, "This current storyline serves the character of Nina in no way. She isn't looking clever. She isn't looking smart. She looks pathetic. People always say Carly, Sonny, and Jason always win. Well, Drew has been kicking everybody's behind in this whole storyline, and I don't get it." And then there was this comment as well. "I have to be honest. What is the purpose of Nina at this point? They need to get Nina out of this circle jerk, find a new meaning for her and purpose. All she does is hang around Drew and Willow for no apparent reason." It goes without saying that General Hospital fans will have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen next. Watch this space for more. General Hospital airs weekdays on the ABC network. Check your local listings for times. In a recent twist on General Hospital, Brennan's romantic involvement with Carly has led to unexpected consequences for their families. His connection with Jocelyn has placed her on a dangerous path, one she hasn't fully realized yet. Initially, Brennan hinted to Joss about Cyrus's involvement in Dex's mysterious death. In her impulsive youth, Joss quickly acted on this information, ultimately forcing Cyrus to leave. However, Brennan used this knowledge to manipulate her into joining his organization, pushing her deeper into dangerous waters. Meanwhile, Carly remains unaware of her daughter's involvement in such high-risk activities, particularly her connection with Brennan, whom Carly holds in high regard. As the secrets surrounding Joss and Brennan grow, the truth is about to surface. A recent incident at a beach party revealed more than intended when Joss and Vaughn worked together to acquire a USB drive belonging to Emma. Despite some tension, Joss and Danny found themselves in a situation where they agreed to stay silent about the event, not wanting anyone to know they were present. However, this secrecy was short-lived. The situation escalated when Rocco became intoxicated and poisoned, leading to the discovery that both he and Danny were at the party. Later, Danny expressed his remorse to Carly, who responded with motherly care and comfort. This interaction left Danny torn, wondering whether he should confide in Carly about what he overheard between Joss and Vaughn. This accidental meeting between Danny and Joss seems to be a pivotal moment in the storyline. It's clear that Danny is now at a crossroads, contemplating whether to reveal to Carly the truth about Joss's involvement. If Carly learns her daughter is becoming an agent, it raises the question, how will she react? Will she be angry, concerned, or protective of Joss as she faces increasing danger? Only time will tell how this revelation will unfold. In a dramatic twist on General Hospital, Carly Spencer's life takes an unexpected turn when she learns she is pregnant with Brennan's child. This development unfolds as Carly, now over 50, navigates an emotionally complex and medically high-risk pregnancy. The news sends shockwaves through her carefully rebuilt life, particularly her stable relationship with Brennan, who has become a pillar of support after her chaotic past with Sonny Corinthos. Though their bond has deepened over recent months, Brennan is hiding secrets that, if exposed, could dismantle the foundation of trust between them. Carly, initially overwhelmed, contemplates keeping the pregnancy private. Medical risks weigh heavily on her, but so do the emotional stakes. Seeking clarity, she confides in Jason Morgan, who advises termination out of concern for her health. Yet Carly is not ready to make a decision without involving Brennan, believing honesty is essential. When she finally tells Brennan, his reaction is layered: shock, concern, and a deeper internal turmoil. The pregnancy forces him to confront the unresolved truths he has kept hidden. Carly, sensing his distress, begins to realize that more is at play than just the surprise of fatherhood. Meanwhile, Jason grows increasingly suspicious of Brennan's intentions, ready to intervene if Carly's well-being is compromised. As Brennan battles with whether to reveal his past, Carly remains hopeful their love can withstand the coming trials. However, Brennan's secrets threaten to unravel everything. Nina Reeves sparks speculation with 6 powerful words elsewhere in Port Charles. Nina Reeves delivers a subtle but powerful emotional statement during a conversation with Curtis Ashford. While discussing town politics and lingering tensions, Nina makes a heartfelt declaration: "Despite everything, I'm still Team Sonny." These 6 words reignite speculation about a potential romantic rekindling with Sonny Corinthos, her former love. As Sonny grapples with betrayal from allies and growing threats to his empire, Nina's unwavering support stands out. Her statement suggests a deeper emotional connection that hasn't faded, despite the heartbreak and chaos that define their past. With Sonny recently pulling away from other potential romances, most notably with Natalia Ramirez after a betrayal, his emotional availability remains a central focus. Though Carly and Sonny share a history filled with complicated emotions and co-parenting ties, it is Nina's quiet loyalty that might signal a new chapter. Spoilers suggest Sonny may soon make a transformative choice, walking away from his mob ties for good. This potential exit from organized crime could create the perfect conditions for a new beginning, particularly with someone like Nina, who has always seen more than just the criminal side of Sonny. Such a change would shift Sonny's identity, making space for vulnerability and possibly romance. If Nina and Sonny find their way back to each other, it may be through shared scars and mutual redemption, rather than the volatile passion of their past. Meanwhile, a fresh face is stirring excitement across town. Gio, the latest addition to the Port Charles scene, is emerging as a compelling romantic lead. Initially perceived as an awkward newcomer, Gio's growing charm and emotional depth have captured fan interest, as storylines hint at budding romantic connections with Jocelyn, Emma, or even an unexpected contender. Fans are eager to see where his story leads. With his sincerity and quiet charisma, Gio is poised to become a central figure in future romantic arcs. Stay tuned as General Hospital dives deeper into these unfolding stories. With Carly's pregnancy, Brennan's secrets, Nina's emotional declaration, and Sonny's possible transformation, Port Charles is on the brink of explosive revelations and emotional upheaval. In a dramatic turn of events, General Hospital star Kirsten Storms, known for her two-decade portrayal of Maxie Jones, has confirmed she's in a new romantic relationship. While this revelation thrilled fans, it has also prompted speculation about the future of her role on the long-running ABC soap. Known for maintaining a low profile regarding her personal life, Storm's decision to go public has ignited conversations about how these personal changes could impact her professional trajectory. Maxie, a core character in GH, has always been at the center of emotionally complex and romantic plotlines. With Kirsten Storm's personal life now in the spotlight, questions loom about whether her evolving off-screen situation will influence Maxie's direction on the show. Some fans are even questioning whether Storms will remain with General Hospital, or if her newfound relationship and potential move to Europe could mean Maxie's departure, or worse, her death. Storm's potential exit would follow a pattern similar to actress Kelly Thiebaud, who left the show to pursue personal goals, paralleling her character Britt Westburn's dramatic exit. If Storms decides to leave Port Charles, Maxie's storyline would demand a substantial resolution, potentially culminating in her death. Such a move would significantly disrupt existing plotlines and force major narrative shifts, particularly in relationships involving Lulu, Spinelli, and Jason. Recent spoilers suggest Maxie's storyline may be entering its final chapter. A sudden death would send shockwaves through the canvas, profoundly affecting both the characters and fans. This narrative arc could serve as a catalyst for darker, more intense developments within GH, setting the stage for a new era of emotional upheaval and high-stakes drama. As Maxie's fate hangs in the balance, another storyline intensifies around Lucy Coe and her aggressive push to gain control over Deception. Her actions, driven by ambition and a complex mix of motivations, are poised to destabilize relationships and power dynamics throughout Port Charles. The fallout from Lucy's maneuvers, combined with Maxie's possible exit, could mark a thematic shift in the show, embracing deeper conspiracies and unpredictable character transformations. Meanwhile, Damien Spinelli's emotional breakdown in the aftermath of Maxie's potential death adds another layer of psychological depth to the unfolding drama. Long defined by his affection for Maxie, Spinelli may now be heading into darker territory. Spoilers suggest he could channel his grief and betrayal into a calculated plan for revenge. This evolution from heartbroken tech genius to a vengeful strategist could reshape his character and intensify the show's tension. Spinelli's transformation would not only affect his personal arc, but also trigger a broader ripple across the Port Charles community. His struggle between holding onto his morality and succumbing to bitterness could lead to ethically complex decisions, driving other characters into a volatile web of consequences. Looking ahead, General Hospital appears to be preparing for a narrative reinvention. Maxie's character, whether she survives or is written off, may undergo a complete reconfiguration, possibly driven by a psychological shift or major revelations. This reimagining of Maxie, paired with the potential rise of Lucy and the revenge-fueled Spinelli, positions GH for a high-stakes narrative shift. Ultimately, this evolving storyline underscores General Hospital's long-standing ability to adapt, reinvent, and surprise. Whether through tragic departures, character reinventions, or explosive conspiracies, the show remains poised to enter a new dramatic phase, one where every decision comes with unpredictable consequences. Fans should brace for a bold new direction as Maxi's storyline pushes the boundaries of what's possible in daytime drama. The world of daytime television was recently shaken by the unexpected departure of Kelly Monaco, who portrayed Sam McCall on General Hospital for over 2 decades. Her character's sudden erasure, not a recast, not a hiatus, but a complete removal, has prompted significant backlash from both fans and industry insiders, igniting conversations about the state of serialized storytelling amid leadership changes. Sam McCall, once a fan favorite known for her cunning, complexity, and evolution from a con artist to a cornerstone of Port Charles, was unceremoniously written out. Actress Carolyn Hennessy, who plays Diane Miller, publicly commented on Monaco's departure, framing it as the unfortunate result of narrative overhauls that accompany new executive producers and head writers. According to Hennessy, Sam's character arc had already begun to fray before her removal, with inconsistent writing and erratic plot choices dulling her signature wit and emotional depth. Hennessy criticized the pace and manner of Sam's exit, calling it unjustified and devoid of narrative dignity. She emphasized that after 21 years of service, Monaco and her character deserved a gradual, meaningful send-off, not a jeering deletion. This sentiment was echoed across social media, message boards, and within the cast itself. Co-stars such as Maurice Benard and William Devry voiced their disapproval, reflecting a shared sense of loss over Sam's absence. While ABC and General Hospital's official channels remained notably silent, Hennessy's commentary spotlighted the precarious nature of daytime storytelling. In the face of declining ratings and the push for novelty, legacy characters often become casualties of creative reshuffling. Hennessy argued that although soap operas thrive on reinvention, they also rely on emotional continuity, something disrupted by Monaco's abrupt dismissal. Industry speculation suggests Monaco's departure was influenced by budget constraints and a shift toward new character arcs. Reports indicate that showrunners prioritized narrative experimentation over legacy preservation, a decision that alienated long-term viewers. Internally, some sources suggest that Monaco advocated for a proper exit storyline, which was rejected in favor of a clean break to introduce new talent and relationships. Despite the backlash, there is cautious optimism regarding Monaco's future with the show. Hennessy remains hopeful, stating that soap operas are known for reversals and redemptions. She noted that characters like Jason Morgan and Laura Spencer have returned after long absences or presumed deaths. This precedent keeps the door open for Sam's potential return, particularly if audience metrics reflect dissatisfaction. Indeed, early indicators show a dip in viewer engagement following Sam's departure. Fan campaigns calling for her reinstatement have gained traction, with hashtags such as #BringSamBack trending across platforms. Viewers have not only shared iconic clips of Sam's greatest moments, her 2010 prison escape, courtroom battles, and wedding to Drew Kane, but also questioned the narrative direction in her absence. The creative leadership at General Hospital now faces a crucial decision. Bringing back a legacy character like Sam could reinvigorate the series and restore viewer goodwill, but it would also require major revisions to the current storyline structure. According to insider reports, Monaco has been approached about a possible return, potentially aligning with major events like the annual Nurses' Ball or a high-stakes rescue arc. Monaco herself has remained diplomatically quiet, issuing a brief statement of gratitude while leaving the door open for future roles. Her strategic silence, combined with social media interactions interpreted by fans as subtle signals, suggests a possible comeback may already be in negotiation. As General Hospital approaches Sam McCall's 22nd anniversary, the show's producers must weigh legacy against innovation. Ratings pressures, advertiser interest, and fan loyalty all intersect at this moment. Whether Monaco's return is imminent or speculative, One thing is clear, Sam McCall's story remains unfinished, and for many viewers, her absence is not the end, but a cliffhanger waiting for resolution. Carolyn Hennessy continues to advocate for Monaco's return, reminding audiences that in the world of soap operas, redemption and reinvention are always within reach. As the show evolves, so too may the narrative that once made Sam McCall an icon of resilience and intrigue. The latest episodes of ABC's General Hospital deliver jaw-dropping twists and emotional gut punches that will leave fans reeling. Port Charles is ablaze with drama after Detective Dan Falconer's world came crashing down when his teenage son Rocco was rushed to the ICU with life-threatening alcohol poisoning. What started as an innocent college party near the swanky Carter estate quickly spiraled into every parent's worst nightmare. Sources reveal that young Rocco, desperate to impress the older crowd, got caught up in a reckless drinking game that left him unconscious and fighting for his life. When Dante stormed into General Hospital to find his son hooked up to machines, the usually composed detective absolutely lost it. Dominic Zamprogna delivered a performance that will have viewers reaching for tissues, our insider shares. The raw emotion in those hospital scenes, his voice cracking as he confronted the young man who found his son, was Emmy-worthy material. But here's where things get juicy. The target of Dan's rage. None other than mysterious heartthrob Gio, who helped transport unconscious Rocco to safety alongside Dan's stepson Danny. Little does Dante know, he's actually tearing into his own biological son. Yes, you read that right. According to our sources, Gio is Dante's flesh and blood, a bombshell secret that's about to explode across Port Charles like nothing we've seen before. When fierce mama bear Lois Cerullo jumped to Gio's defense, the hospital corridors practically sizzled with tension. Their heated showdown had hospital staff wide-eyed and viewers clutching their pearls as accusations flew and old wounds were ripped open. The writers have masterfully crafted this slow-burn revelation, explains our GH expert. Every glare, every protective gesture from Lois hides layers of secrets just waiting to be exposed. Eagle-eyed fans spotted curious Lulu Spencer picking up on the unusual dynamics between Lois and Gio. In a blink and you'll miss it moment, Lulu recorded a cryptic note about investigating where Lois was when Gio was born. Could she be the one to blow this family's secret sky high? The pieces are falling into place. The inevitable father-son revelation promises to be the most explosive moment in GH history, teases our source. How will Dan process learning that the young man he berated is actually his own son? The fallout will ripple through Port Charles for months. In heartbreaking real-world news, the General Hospital family is mourning the loss of beloved actress Denise Alexander, who passed away on March 5th at age 85. As the iconic Leslie Weber, Alexander captivated audiences for decades with her unforgettable performances. Her incredible journey took her from child star to soap royalty, beginning with her first soap role on Clear Horizon in 1960. By 1966, she had captured hearts as Susan Hunter Martin on Days of Our Lives, before making her legendary move to General Hospital in 1973. In a tear-jerking tribute, Ginny Francis revealed the profound impact Alexander had on her career. "I stole her good stuff. My acting style, some of the very essence of how I perform, came directly from watching and learning from Denise Alexander." Even after her character's shocking death in 1984, Alexander made a triumphant return in 1996 and continued to grace Port Charles until her final appearance in 2021. Mark your calendars, GH fanatics. The Glittering Nurses Ball is just around the corner, and sources whisper it will be an unmissable explosion of secrets, confrontations, and game-changing revelations. Will Dante discover the truth about Gio at the gala? Will Lulu's investigation bear fruit in spectacular fashion? One thing's certain, You won't want to miss a single episode as these storylines reach their boiling point. Stay tuned to our exclusive coverage as we bring you all the latest General Hospital scoops, spoilers, and behind-the-scenes drama. In Port Charles, where secrets lurk beneath the placid facade, a new storm is brewing. But this time, it's not coming from Sonny, Victor, or Helena. It's from a seemingly harmless boy, Danny Morgan. Since Sam McCall was presumed dead after his fateful liver donation, Danny's world has begun to crumble. While Jason, Alexis, Dante, and Willow try to move on, Danny is on a dark, haunting journey filled with a powerful obsession that his mother is still alive. At first, everyone thinks Danny is just grieving. He won't eat, won't sleep, avoids everyone, and spends hours hugging an old photo of his mother. But then strange signs appear. Danny says he hears his mother in his dreams, draws mysterious symbols on his bedroom walls, and writes in a journal as if Sam can still hear him. When Danny insists, "Mom's not dead," everyone assumes he's suffering from trauma. No one suspected that he was actually tracking a hidden truth. With terrifying intelligence and determination, Danny began to investigate. He hacked into the medical system, collected Sam's surgical records, tracked down the doctors who performed the surgery, and even eavesdropped on Jason and Carly's private conversations. He followed Dante, recorded every move, and reasoned like a professional detective. The evidence he gathered gradually became undeniable to Jason. The DNA samples didn't match. The hospital cameras were edited. A hair found in a surgical glove didn't belong to Sam. Everything was wrong. Jason began to panic. If Sam wasn't dead, then who took her, and for what reason? He tried to check the records, but was stopped by a strange ban from the hospital's board of directors. It was clear to Jason at that moment. Someone was hiding something big. And Danny, even though he was just a boy, might be the only one who could see the truth. When rumors of Sam's survival spread through the underground medical community, Portia, fearing for the safety of the hospital, ordered Danny to be placed in psychiatric isolation. Jason protested, but had no legal right to stop him. Dante understood, but was powerless. Danny was placed in an inpatient treatment center, completely isolated. Before he was taken away, he handed Jason a USB drive and said, "It's all in here." The calmness in his voice sent shivers down Jason's spine, as if he were hearing Sam speak through Danny. One stormy night, Jason opened the USB drive and heard a distorted but distinctly whispering recording of Sam. "Danny, Mom's not gone. They lied. They took Mom." Jason was stunned. The USB contained coordinates to an abandoned house on the edge of town that had been scheduled for demolition years earlier. He rushes down into the decaying basement, where he finds a cold steel door, functioning medical equipment, and an unconscious woman lying there, Sam. As the heart monitor beeps and her eyes flutter open, Jason realizes Danny was never crazy. He was right. Sam is alive, and everything they know about her death is an elaborate stunt. Who did it? The government? A criminal organization? Someone right here in town? While Jason desperately tries to free Sam, Danny remains locked in the facility, sedated, defenseless. But things quickly spiral out of control. Word of Sam's survival begins to leak. Doctors disappear, records are wiped, friends begin to distance themselves. Jason realizes Port Charles is falling apart, and the boy who was once considered crazy is the only one who knows the truth. Danny flees the facility, carrying the last piece of evidence he believes will expose the plot. Jason panics. The boy is out there, and could be next. But Jason isn't the only one on the move. On the night of the Nurses' Ball 2025, as the lights flare, as everyone laughs and talks, Michael Corinthos appears. He's been missing for months, no one knows where. But now he's back, not alone, but with Sam McCall, gaunt, bandaged, but clearly alive. The room falls silent. Sam steps onto the stage, his eyes darting around the crowd until they land on Jason and Danny. Danny bursts into tears and runs to hug his mother, while Jason stands silently, remorseful, and emotional. The broken family is reunited. But Sam's return isn't just a miracle, it's the first explosion of a war. Michael doesn't say much, but his actions have declared war on the system. Sam tells it all: who took her, who was behind the fake death, the seemingly innocent names, and poor Charles is shaken. Carly, Sonny, Alexis, all are forced to face the truth that they did not see, did not believe, did not save. Nurse's Ball becomes a battlefield of truth and conscience. Jason is no longer a hero. He is a father who once doubted his child, a man who almost lost both his wife and child because he trusted the superficial. Chase adopts and brings home a baby. Lois is forced to confess Gio's secret at the party. For fans of daytime drama, April 14, 2011 marks a turning point, not for the better. It was on that day that the curtain fell on two legendary soap operas, All My Children and One Life to Live. The announcement, delivered in a now infamous virtual meeting, blindsided cast and crew alike, ending a combined 84 years of storytelling and shaking the soap world to its core. Years later, the sting of that decision still lingers, and it was recently brought back into the spotlight by none other than General Hospital star Maurice Benard. On his mental health podcast, State of Mind, Benard sat down with longtime friend and co-star Cameron Matheson to reflect on the past and speak candidly about what went wrong. Buy vitamins and supplements. I want to say something, Benard began, his voice steady but resolute. They made a mistake. They know they did. They made a huge mistake canceling All My Children and One Life to Live. It wasn't just nostalgia talking. Benard, who played Nico Kelly on AMC from 1987 to 1989, knew firsthand the passion of the soap audience. They didn't know the power of a soap opera audience. That's why it's difficult to cancel a soap now, because I think they learned from that. That's my opinion. Matheson, who portrayed Ryan Lavery on AMC, didn't need convincing. Recalling the day he got the call from then-executive producer Julie Hannan-Carruthers, he described the weight of that moment, realizing the end had come. It's a big chunk of the audience, Matheson said. We see how General Hospital is doing, not only on network but also streaming, the fans and the loyalty they bring. What Frank Valentini is doing over there to make sure we get new eyeballs on it. Yeah, I bet you're right. I bet you there are people who absolutely regret that decision. Short life replacements. Long-lasting regret. It's hard to argue with him. The two shows meant more than just ratings. They were part of the American cultural fabric, birthed by the visionary Agnes Nixon and sustained by decades of loyal viewers. Online TV streaming services, ABC's attempts to replace them, first with The Revolution and then The Chew, fell far short of filling the void. One fizzled out in 6 months, the other made it 7 years. But neither matched the endurance or emotional weight of their predecessors. Since then, daytime television has faced an uphill battle, often dismissed as a relic of a bygone era. Yet glimmers of hope still exist. Just this year, CBS introduced Beyond the Gates, the first new daytime drama on network television in over 25 years. The show, helmed in part by soap veteran Julie Hannan-Carruthers, proves that the genre isn't done yet. Online TV streaming services. As for Benard, he's carved a new path with State of Mind, a weekly podcast where he explores mental health, wellness, and the human experience with guests ranging from actors to athletes. But he hasn't forgotten where he came from or what the soap community lost. Nothing worked, he said bluntly about the post-cancellation replacements. And that's why it's difficult to cancel a soap now. 14 years later, the echoes of that fateful decision still resonate. The fans never left, the stories never stopped mattering. And as Benard and Matheson reminded us, the heart of daytime TV is still beating, even if it had to weather a few wounds along the way. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.